This is the first video for section 10.6. If you'll start off this way, and we're going to fold it towards the center. Again, this is part 1, 10.6. And what these are inside, secants and tangents inside of a circle. We already know what a tangent is when it went through, just touched at one point on the circle. A secant is a line that goes through, so all the way through, not just a segment, it is a line. And we're looking at two different pieces. I'm going to start with this one over here, and I'm going to open this way so you can see that these are the problems that go with this section. For this one, what we have is that the angle AED, so we're talking about this angle right here, is equal to 1/2 the arc AD. That's this one. Let me highlight it for you. Plus this arc. So we're adding these two together and dividing by 2. So arc BC. So this is called the intercepted arc. And the arc formed from, the congruent vertical angle. So again, what that means is that all you're doing is adding these two together and dividing by 2 to get this angle on the inside. I want you to please know this is not the center. Also, this is not a diameter. There's no other information like we had before. This is not an inscribed angle where it touched the circle, and it's not a central angle where it touched the middle. So this is the only way that we can get these measurements. All right, let's take a look. We first have this, and we're gonna do 80 plus 40 and divided by 2. 80 plus 40 divided by 2 is equal to our x value. And 80 plus 40 is 120 divided by 2 is equal to 60 is the value of x. Let's do this one down here as well. We know that this plus this is the angle that's on the inside. So this one looks a little bit different. This one looks like x plus 38, the arcs on the outside, divided by 2 is equal to 70. So I'm going to go ahead and leave this exactly the same. And I'm going to multiply by 2 to both sides, so you can tell in your notes what you have done. So the reason that I multiplied by 2 to both sides is so I could get rid of this division of 2. That means that I have x plus 38 is equal to 140. I'm going to subtract 38 from both sides. X is equal to 102. Let's try that again. So what I'm looking for is these two angles. As you can tell, this one has the opposite angles. So what I have to do first is 360 minus 50 minus 160, which gives you 150. And 150 is both of these together because it's what's left. Sort of like 360, I already marked this one out, So this is what's left at 150. The reason that I'm telling you this is because it is 150 divided by 2 that equals the x. That means that 75 is the value of x. All right, let's try that again. So when I'm looking for this arc, I have to find this angle measure and use this other arc. These two arcs added together divided by 2 equals that angle. We can find that angle by doing 180 minus 94, which gives you 86. That means that x plus 58 divided by 2 is equal to 86. Just like on the previous problem, I'm going to rewrite it. so you can tell what happened in your notes. Then we need to multiply by 2 to both sides to cancel this out. So we multiply by 2 so it can get rid of the division of 2. That means x plus 58 is equal to 172. We're going to subtract 58 from both sides. X is equal to 144. Don't forget that at any time you can pause the video, make sure that you're okay. Ask any questions. I'm going to zoom in just a little bit more so you can see more of what I'm writing. On this other one, what we have is this angle. So this side will go with this work. And we have angle AEB. That is this side right over here. That angle is equal to 1/2 of the arc ADE. That arc ADE is all the way around over here. This is a tangent, so that means that the only place that it touched, this line touched, was at the point E. So it's all of this. The intersected arc. Okay, so what does that mean? That means that if you have, let's start with this one over here. And let me zoom in for you. This angle right here is determined by this arc. And don't forget, it goes all the way around. It doesn't look like by my picture, but it goes all the way around from A all the way to E. That means that let's try that again. 280 divided by 2 is equal to my x value, which is 140 is the value of x. All right, let me try this one over here. On this one, we have this angle that we need. So I need this arc. And don't forget, it goes all the way to the E. It might not look like it, but that goes all the way to E. So how do we find this arc? Is that we take a 360 and we subtract 272. That gives you 88. But remember, the formula is that you take 88 divided by 2, and that's your value of x. That means 44 is the value of x. Let's do this one over here. So this time they gave me the angle and they want that arc measure. So if you take the arc and you have to divide by 2, that means that the angle times 2 is going to give you the value of the arc. That means 220 is equal to x. All right, so let me try that again. What you need is this angle right here because I'm looking for this arc. How do I get that angle? Is 180 minus 115. That gives you 65. That means this angle right here is 65. To get the arc, we have to multiply by 2. So 65 times 2 is the value of x. So 130 is the value of x. And that is the first part of secants and tangents. These are the ones that are inside of the circle.